and welcome back to my channel and welcome back to this reading for Ivanka Trump. If you like this reading, please do hit a lovely thumbs up. You can subscribe and join our lovely community by hitting the subscribe button down below. Please do leave a nice and friendly comment in the comments description because we are a friendly bunch over here. And if you want your own personal private reading with me, I am fully booked at the moment, but you can email me to be added to the waiting list. That's kirstieLewisreadings@outlook.com. Or if you want to join in with the fun over on Instagram outside of this channel, then you can follow me over at I am Kirstie Lewis. But let's get into reading for Ivanka Trump because Ivanka doesn't waste any time. Ivanka gets straight down to business. So as I picked up on her energy, she comes across very regimented, very much like everything is planned to a T, and I feel like she's very obsessive, and I feel like she's very controlling. I feel like she's very rigid. I feel like everything has to be done in a certain way. I feel like if anything's done differently, she will freak out at you. She's very temperamental. She's very bossy. I feel like she's very demanding. It's like, I usually have my breakfast at 9:01. It's 9:02. What happened? This is what you can do tomorrow. She could be perceived as a B-I-T-C-H. A B*TCH. So I made some notes on her as I was picking up on her energy. And one of the very first things I picked up was that Ivanka plays to win, not just to take part. If she's contributing to something, if she's getting involved in something, she wants to win. And I feel like that stems from her childhood. A lot of these things that I was picking up, Spirit were telling me her childhood was very pressured to be the best, very pressured to be the elite, very pressured to be on top, and her parents expected nothing less of her. There's a real want and need for perfection from Ivanka, a real want and need for perfection. It's almost as if it's all she knows, and she really obsesses over that image of perfection and how she is perceived by everyone else. There's not a lot of time going inwards. There's not a lot of time connecting with her emotions or how she feels. It's all very much as to how the world perceives her and how everyone else looks at her and how she looks. As long as she looks perfect, she's happy. Not happy, I don't feel like she's ever happy, but she's content. So yeah, she plays games. She takes part in things to win, not just to take part. And she means business, I already said that. Spirit said that she will do whatever it takes to get what she desires and however it takes her to get it. So she is willing and prepared to do whatever it takes. Once she has set her mind and her heart and her soul on something, she's getting it, and you better not stand in her way. She's pretentious and she plays a part, and she was brought up like this. Ivanka was brought up to, play the part. Her parents were very much about image. If they were going out, sit and shut up and be quiet. Play your part. It's very much like that. There's no kind of sense of being able to grow her personality. It's quite sad, actually. There's no sense of her being able to grow her character or to grow her personality. So actually tell me if she had been allowed to kind of just develop how she wanted to, rather than being controlled and regimented and pushed into this elite business, entrepreneurial type of aspect. If she had just been left to kind of grow and she was just lightly guided rather than heavily guided, she would have actually been quite a creative individual, quite imaginative, quite free, quite silly, quite goofy. But because she's been so highly pressured into being a certain way, she's very regimented, and if anything goes out of that, she freaks out because she can't control anything that's not out of her normal routine. She was raised with the mentality of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. I don't feel like Ivanka has many true friends. I feel like the people that are in her life for a reason. I feel like they're perfectly placed for a reason. I'm going to stop there because I've got a few notes, and I'm going to pull some cards and then we'll come back to the notes because I picked up a lot on her, and she's highly unaware of this. These aren't things she's aware of. These are things I picked up. Some people are very aware that their childhood affected them and that their childhood's caused them to be the way they are and that it's caused them trauma. She's not really aware of this. She just thinks this is just how she is. I also feel like a disconnect from her own children, and I feel like it's because of the childhood that not that she didn't have a childhood, it's just that she wasn't allowed to be who she wanted to be. There was no opportunity to be like a free spirit or anything. It's like, no, you are going to be part of a upper class family. You are going to do something with your life. There's no option for you to go off and do what you want. You are going to follow the rules. You are going to marry a rich man, and you are going to make a business and a career for yourself. There's no two ways, ifs, buts about it. That's what you're going to do. She was very told what she wants to do. I mean, she was told what she should be doing. And I really feel that for her, but she's unaware of it. It's like she just thinks that's how it should be, and so on and so forth. Right, Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump. Oh, gosh. I don't like the energy of her husband either. And something's very off with their marriage. I feel like their marriage is like some kind of business deal or something. Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump. That's really funny that would be the first card. Ivanka Trump. Ivanka Trump. Yes. Ivanka Trump, how funny. Ivanka Trump. Wow. Her energy is very clear. Because she's not aligned and she's not in tune and she's not spiritually connected, it's very easy to read her energy because she's not protected in any way. Ivanka Trump. Okay. Ivanka Trump. I love when the cards are so literal about someone, because her energy is so straightforward. Like, this is who she is and that's just it, black and white. The cards are the same. Sometimes when people are very creative and they're very artsy, or they're very like open-minded and they've experienced a lot in life, their cards will reflect that. So you'll get all kinds of different cards and you have to really work out what they mean. But when someone's been quite sheltered and told what to do and has had to live a certain way and just do as she's been told, the cards are very, very clear. Ivanka Trump. I'll take that. Yep. I mean. Okay. Alright. As a child, there was a lack of affection and she always felt as if she was in the way. Ivanka's whole kind of purpose and mission in life is to have this picture perfect image. It's all image. She doesn't care how she feels inside, as long as she's being perceived as perfect and goals and look at me and look at her. She doesn't care. Because inside, actually, she's quite a sad person, and I feel that she's actually battled with mental health. But it's like an OCD mental health. Like I said, she's very regimented. So if something doesn't go the way she had planned or the way she wanted it to go, she will freak out. And I mean, she will flip. I told you. Breakfast at 9:01. Why was it at 9:02? How dare you? How dare you? Yeah, that's Ivanka. And she'll be in a mood about it for days. Ten of Cups is the ultimate have everything you want indulgence card. What a surprise. That is Ivanka's. I mean, we all want to have everything we want, but I mean, she takes it to the extreme. Like she's, like I said, she is getting whatever she wants by hook or by crook. Okay? She's getting what she wants. Whether, you know, whoever's in her way, they better just move out of the way, because you don't want to be in her way, because you don't want to come across her, because she can be quite nasty. Ivanka, I feel, was brought up, even though she is quite an independent woman, there is this essence of needing a powerful man beside her. And there is just something about, he completed that package, so like, that is why. So she was born into kind of having everything. So she already kind of was set up with the 10 of Cups. The only thing she really was missing was the man and the marriage and the kids of her own. And he's given her that, Jared. Is that his name, Jared? I don't know. But they're playing it. Spirit is so shady sometimes and so funny. They're playing it, Mr. Loverman, Shabba, Mr. Loverman. He's not loyal. And there is something very transactional about this relationship. There is something very like, we are business partners. Because they're both quite cold people. Like, I feel like both of them were brought up in households where their parents weren't really around, so they didn't really have that bond with their parents. They were brought up by nannies and au pairs, so they didn't really have that bond of affection, so they don't know how to show affection, so they're not a very affectionate couple. So it does feel like a very cold business transactional marriage, and he's definitely, you know what, maybe even her as well. There's unloyalty in this marriage to the fact, but it's okay. I feel like it's not something like, oh my god, he's cheated on me and how dare he. No. I feel like she's aware of it, and it's like, I really don't care. Like, you're just here for the image. It's very bizarre. It's like, you are just here for the image. I don't care. I like you. We can share a glass of wine at night and a glass of dinner, and we can still sleep with each other, and you're still my husband. But if you want to entertain other women, that's okay. I really do feel that. And I feel like it would be the same from him to her. Like, that's okay. It's okay. I really feel that, and it's very bizarre. Okay. She is, of course, Queen of Swords. Ivanka is Queen of Swords, ready and willing to fight and battle at any given time. This is a woman who, honestly, you don't want to get in her way, because she will drag you down. And she just has this, I just feel like she has an incapability of being able to get close to anyone. It's like everyone owes her something. It's like, what can I get from you? What can you benefit me? You know? It's really that energy, and it's tied, and it is, because it's tied to the Wheel of Fortune. What can you do for me? What are you going to do that's in my favour? What can you give me? Because I'm not interested. If you can't give me anything, but I'm not interested. Move along. It's very much like that. Ivanka doesn't play. Ivanka does not play. She's like, if you have nothing beneficial for me, like, I really don't care. And she really will cut you off. She's the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords isn't hesitant with her sword. She will just slice it. She will cut the ties. That is Ivanka. Six of Pentacles is about money. And it's a positive card, of course. And it talks about being rewarded, usually for hard work. And I do feel, you know, she is a determined businesswoman. She is a hard worker. She dedicates her all and everything to her profession and to her work. And she doesn't mess around when it comes to people kind of messing with her bag. And it also can represent shared wealth. So, you know, she does share with charities. She is generous, I feel, with charities. But obviously a lot of her wealth, she was born into a wealthy family. Her wealth is generational. And I feel like that's what this is saying. Her wealth is generational. She sets boundaries with it. She's very careful about her bag. She's very intelligent. She has her eye on her money. She's not someone who's frivolous and doesn't know what's going on in her account. She very much so knows how much is in her account. And the Six of Pentacles is tied to the Star. The Star is about inspiration. It's about past and present and future. You know, she's had money from the past, she will have money in the present, and she will have money in the future. But the Star is about being guided. It's about inspiration. She is highly always inspired. She is always go, 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 go. There's no like relentlessness with Ivanka. Like, there's no let up. There's no time for rest. You know, she is a go-getter. She is, as being tied to the Six of Pentacles, highly motivated by money. Highly, because it's what she's always had. And, you know, she doesn't want to lose that. you know, money means a lot to Ivanka. She's generous with her money. I feel like she is a believer of what you give out comes back to you, despite her slightly toxic behaviours. She is generous with her money, and I do feel like she donates a lot of money to a lot of charities because she knows that money's always coming in. So she's very positive about money, she's very business minded, she's very financially savvy, and that's just on her own accord. But at the end of the day, despite what she wants, despite how she acts, despite her mindset, she's not happy. You know, the Four of Cups is about boredom and contemplation and reflection and wondering what could have been different and what I could have done different and what would my life have been like, and it's tied to the devil. So they are negative thoughts, and I do feel like she does have periods of depression and periods of like mental health issues. There is like a feeling of two personalities with Ivanka. No matter how much she portrays herself on the outside, because like I said, image is everything to this woman. Everything. It's what she's been built and what she's been bred and built to do. To protect the image. No matter how you feel inside is irrelevant. No matter what's going on with you, irrelevant. No matter who you want to be, irrelevant. You've got an image to protect, a family name to protect. You better sort it out. And so there's no room to feel, there's no room to be yourself, there's no room to follow your own passions. You know, her passion is the family line. The Trump Four of Cups, I don't feel like this is the life, and I said this at the beginning, this isn't the life she would have chosen. I feel like, you know, if she had been allowed to truly be who she was and to truly grow into her own passions and things, I don't feel like this is the life she would have chosen. And I do feel like I don't feel like she's aware of it though, but she is tied to this life, and it is an ideal. You know, the devil talks about an ideal that does not serve you. You know, this does not serve her true purpose, her true spiritual purpose, her true passion, because like I said, I feel like if she had been left to fully bloom and to grow into the person she wanted to be, I feel like she would have been a very creative person, a very artsy person. I feel like she would have not hippie-ish, but she would have been a lot more in touch with herself emotionally, and a lot of her mental health comes from that, because I feel like she is a very emotional person, but she was never taught or shown or learned how to process emotions and process affection and process all of that. And so she just cuts it off, and she's tied to this lifestyle and this way of living and this image and this persona and this perfection and this world of everything must be perfect and everything must be for the line and everything must be for the name and everything must be ideal. She's tied to it, and it's like there's no way out. The devil is the final card in her reading, so it's not like you've got the devil and then you've got the star, or you've got the devil and then you've got the Wheel of Fortune. No, it's like, no, this is how it's going to be. That's it. Some may perceive that as selling your soul to the D. Especially because we're talking about someone who is in the elite, someone who is part of that family and enslaved to being a robotic shell of themselves, and not being able to live their authentic truth, and not being able to do and be and just have the life that they wanted to have. And some of you are going to come in here and say, she's got a perfect life. Yeah, from the outside, like I said, she's very good at that. Very good at that. Very good at making things look like they're perfect. That's been her whole existence. That's what she's based her whole life upon. But when it comes down to it, take these two cards away. This is a very positive reading. And if those two had been the final cards, whoop-de-whoop. But they weren't. The final cards, the proof in the pudding, are the Four of Cups and the Devil. And that is saying you are tied to something that you are not happy about inside, you are not happy about it. Deep down, it does not serve you, and you have tied yourself to it. Thank you so much for watching, lovelies. Please do remember to hit a lovely thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading. Subscribe if you want to join our lovely community, because I upload videos like this every single week. If you'd like your own personal and private reading with me, I am fully booked at the moment, but you can still email me to be added to the waiting list, and I can let you know when readings are available. That's KirstieLewisReadings@outlook.com. If you'd like to join in on the fun of what goes on outside these videos, then just follow me over at I am Kirstie Lewis on Instagram. Thank you so much for watching, for all your love and support. I am truly grateful for you always, lovelies, and I'll see you soon for another reading. Bye!